And one where we have Don Ramsey.
I came down here not expecting to talk because I just was going to volunteer, but after hearing everybody else, I thought I'd just give a little input that has happened to me. I was laid off in 2010 as a software engineer from a company out in Research Park that has gone through 5 other layoffs, and they dropped from about 600 people down to about 150 people. And so when you get as old as I am, I'm 64, you don't get offers for software engineering. They look at you like, I can get somebody younger. I'm not going to even interview him or talk to him about it. So I have continued to be unemployed and no health insurance. And I'm type 2 diabetic. I had a quad bypass, heart attack and quad bypass back in '94. Well, I got ongoing health things and need a number of medications. I take Lipitor for cholesterol. I'm type 2 diabetic, so I take insulin. And I was having problems. I got some insulin from the free health clinic here, and I was getting samples from my doctor, bless his heart. He'd save and give me medications as he could. And I happened to run into a guy in Madison that rebuilds lawnmowers as a fill-in job because he's retired and he makes extra money by repairing lawnmowers. And I was talking to him about my problems paying for medications because they're just so expensive if you don't have health insurance. I investigated getting medicine from Canada. It's interesting, you can get medications from Canada and the government looks the other way. You're not supposed to be able to do it. And Canada looks the other way because they have socialized medicine up there. And I could get a bottle of insulin up there for $50. It was like $150 or $200 from Walmart. And interestingly, they don't require a prescription up in Canada for insulin. So I looked at that. Well, this lawnmower guy in Madison said, well, you ought to do what I do. I said, what? He said, are you a veteran? I said, yes. And he said, well, you can go to the VA clinic down here on Governor's Drive across from McDonald's by the hospital, and they will give you prescription medications. Well, I went down there and found that I could get insulin and Lipitor and that kind of stuff for $9 a month. And I get my insulin from them for $9 a month. Well, I have developed a condition called pulmonary fibrosis. And my doctor, when I had insurance through my company, that's when I started having this problem. And I went to a lung doctor and he had me do a CAT scan. And then my family doctor, after I'd gone to see this lung doctor, about 9 months, maybe a year later, he wanted me to have another CAT scan so he could do an A-B comparison between how my lung condition was, if it was worsening. I went to the VA. I started to investigate getting a CAT scan, and it was like going to be $2,500 for a CAT scan. And when I talked to the doctor at the VA over here on Governor's Drive, she said, oh yeah, we can send you down to Birmingham, and they have a big hospital down there that they run for veterans. And it cost me $60 to have them do a CAT scan. And I had them take the results and they put it on a DVD, and I brought it back and gave it to my family doctor. And that was just free. So if anybody has health problems, or you have any friends that have health problems with no insurance and maybe unemployed like I am, if they're veterans, they can go over here to the VA. And if you have problems trying to get to Birmingham, they have a bus that goes down to Birmingham every morning and comes back every afternoon. So they even provide that service. So I am just shocked about how much they provide for us. And when you get down to Birmingham, the hospital it's amazing. It covers a full city block, and they have all this stuff. I went to see a Dr. Barney last week down there, and he's a UAB hospital doctor, and he does coverage over at the VA hospital, and he does lung transplants and stuff. And he was telling me that if my condition gets a lot worse, I'll probably have to have a lung transplant. Well, last week, they did a CAT scan and it hasn't progressed at all. So I'm doing, knock on wood, I'm in real good condition compared to everybody else that's talked. I just came up here tonight to tell you that there is a solution to your health problems if you're fortunate enough to have been a member of the armed services. And I'd say run over there to the VA clinic. They don't do much here. They mainly refer you down to Birmingham if you require anything more than prescriptions. And they don't cover all medications. They have a list of about 75 or so medications. And if you are outside of that list, you don't get it. They only have that list. So I don't know what they do if you have some exotic medication requirements. But anyway, that's all I had to say tonight. I just wanted to tell somebody that pass the word along. If you're a veteran or they are a veteran, let them know that there is help available to them through the VA. And I didn't know about it until I was fortunate enough accidentally to talk to this guy over in Madison. So anyway, that's all. Thank you.